Then, after markets crash, you look like an idiot. But if you knew where prices were going to be in the future, would you feel so stupid down here?
Truly use it as a utility token. You know, we have XRP holders in the United Kingdom, which their governmental agency has declared XRP not a security and a token that's in between a utility token and an exchange token, and they've been impacted by this. So it's not just US, you know what I mean? And we got a victory last night because the SEC finally turned over the Grunfest letter to me after I've been fighting with them for about 9 months for it.
Did they really?
Congratulations. Yeah, they didn't give me Hinman's calendar. I'm still fighting that.
John's a savage.
What is going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. Now, that video clip was of attorney John E. Deaton over at the Rally for Crypto in DC. Now, this video clip was actually posted on Twitter by _XRPizza. I did retweet it, so thank you for sharing. And if you're not already, be sure to follow John E. Deaton with the number 1 in his handle, Beware of Scammers. And be sure to follow Crypto Law or Crypto Law US as well. We also have this clip, Crypto Law sharing on Fox. Both Liz and Charles Gasparino share astonishment at no mention of XRP and the Ripple case. And keep in mind, this is the biggest lawsuit in crypto history. Notice which is the biggest crypto enforcement case against the SEC. And now Charles explains part of the reason was that they did not allow questions. Next up, shared by BankXRP as well, speaking of Fox, the SEC is now arguing it is not officially declared Bitcoin and Ethereum compliant cryptos. According to the testimony in the SEC vs. Ripple case, that appears to be a complete 180 from not just Bill Hinman's speech, but also from the regulatory approach of former chair Jay Clayton, even Gary Gensler. Next up, shared by Digital Asset Investor, again, Gary, the chair of the SEC, is questioned in this video. Everyone has been trying to work with him for quite a while. Even his fellow SEC commissioners, including Hester, he could not even say yes to the question when asked directly about reviewing Hester's proposal. We have Rep. Tom Emmer, we have Commissioner Hester Peirce, Hester Peirce, and Brian Brooks, the absolute best in this space. Thank you for calling Gary out. This is the most frustrating case in history. Now, if you guys noticed, in the top left of the screen, in the beginning of this video, I highlighted a few countries that already have regulatory clarity for the digital asset XRP. Here's the throwback when Ripple, notice, launched a new office over in Zurich, Switzerland. The main purpose for this is to sell XRP to institutional buyers. According to MoneyHouse, Ripple obtained a commercial registry in Switzerland with the Sector for Services for Banks and Credit Unions. XRP for institutional buyers. And Zurich is known as the city with the most number of banks. As I said, pay attention to the digital assets that are working in Switzerland. You could say Polkadot, Casper Labs, Alliance Block, XRP. The list goes on. Now keep in mind, we have the Ripple Liquidity Hub launching in 2022, allowing institutions to have access to crypto assets. Liquidity begets liquidity, as Chris Larsen says. We also have SBI, huge shareholder in R3 and Ripple, and then the huge market maker or liquidity provider B2C2. Plus 6, the Swiss Digital Exchange. And also Singapore establishing another liquidity hub. And they said, and this is not conspiracy, they said R3 and the company Ripple are going to be core infrastructure or core technology for the liquidity hub there. So Ripple has offices in Switzerland, and this city also has the highest number of banks. Sounds like a perfect spot. Also, speaking of the SEC Ripple case, how many times has Arthur Brito, his name, been mentioned during the SEC vs. Ripple lawsuit? Notice on Polysign.io, their website, along with Standard Custody, we have the CEO, we have David Schwartz, and Arthur Brito, the founder and president of this organization, the co-founder of Ripple Labs and co-designer of the XRP ledger. Yet, where is he named? And I absolutely want to respect privacy. I get it. If you want to be a ghost, you can, but it's pretty strange. And then you have other people like Bank of New York. Keep in mind, Standard Custody has their New York charter license, which is one of the hardest states to get regulatory clarity in. So just understand, Polysign, Standard Custody, Ripple are all positioned to be future-proof. I wouldn't bet against them or their networks within New York and the world. Also, wanted to say congrats to API 3. It's finally live on Coinbase. Now, this is not to gloat. This is to show you a little tip and trick that I've learned to find out when assets can get listed on Coinbase or other major exchanges. This is what I did with OGN Origin Protocol, and I really just kind of track Etherscan and look at major transactions, major holders within the network, and I'm looking for Wintermute. Who is Wintermute? Well, you can see on wintermute.com, Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, FTX, and then I saw API 3. They didn't have a lot of listings or any listings on these exchanges, and Wintermute is a global market maker. As you can see, we make markets in digital assets liquid and efficient, a leading global algorithmic market maker in digital assets. We can scroll down and see their overall growth, and as you can see, providing liquidity on over 50 exchanges and trading platforms, but these were named in some of the biggest in the world: FTX, Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken. So although the markets are dumping right now, I still wholeheartedly expect that API 3 will be on Binance, Kraken, and FTX. What I did was went to Etherscan, was looking for large API 3 holders and seeing who was making markets, and then just a couple weeks later we got the listing. This is how I rode that wave with OGN in the beginning of this year. Next up, Visa's global crypto advisory practice to help banks shape their crypto roadmaps. Visa is on the Global Council in tandem with Stellar, Uniswap, Ripple, all on the World Economic Forum's Global Crypto Council. So it seems like they're helping all of these banks and organizations get their crypto roadmaps together. We also saw that Ripple, the company, Coinbase, and I believe Circle were also just named in that 2021 November report just last month, written by Goldman Sachs. And if you guys haven't seen this, just to go over this, to expedite this process and its efficiency, we have Shinhan Bank, the leading bank in South Korea, and Standard Bank, the largest bank in Africa, have united a proof of concept on Hedera. I am rooting for multiple assets in this ecosystem. There's going to be more than one solution, and frankly, some central banks are going to have to use a variety of networks because that is just how fragmented and disparate the ecosystem is today. So in doing so, the trial looked to reduce the reliance on middlemen, disintermediation, getting rid of the middlemen, associated costs, and settlement time in the currently $702 billion remittance market. Notice the Hedera Governing Council, I would not bet against them. Again, we have, Boeing, you have Google, FIS, which is Fidelity. We have some of the largest organizations on their governing council. And yes, it will become more decentralized in due time, showcasing challenges with the legacy cross-border payment system, SWIFT. We can see they proposed a stablecoin solution on Hedera and a live demo of the settlement process. This is on Hedera.com. Next up, big news for Ledger and Ledger Nanos and all their hardware wallets linked in the video description. So crypto exchange Coinbase is planning to integrate Ledger hardware wallets in phases starting in Q1 of 2022. This move will allow exchange users another way to hold their crypto in a much more secure manner. This partnership will start off with the Coinbase Wallet browser extension, which will connect to Ledger wallets. In the later part of the integration, the Coinbase mobile app will also connect to the hardware wallets. Can't wait. And just recently in June, Paris-based Ledger closed a $380 million Series C round of funding that was led by digital asset fund 10T Holdings. And I also want to touch on this because a lot of people don't realize how big the payments landscape is, especially in China, one of the BRICS nations. Now, I know King Solomon showed documentation and proof in his recent video of XRP being tested by the Central Bank of Russia, and it specifically mentions XRP along with Ripple, because Russia most likely will not be part of the SWIFT network much longer. So UnionPay, who is UnionPay? Well, think China. They've surpassed both Visa and MasterCard as the world's largest payments and card scheme in the world. So in 2018, UnionPay, China, accounted for 45%, nearly half of all credit cards, or all cards, I should say, in circulation. They're massive. And of course, they're connected and partnered directly into many Ripple clients like dLocal. dLocal has ties within China with Alipay, along with even deep ties within Brazil. Notice those are both BRICS nations. And now dLocal, think South America, also had a massive IPO. So UnionPay accounts for nearly half of all payment cards. However, this is what's interesting. If China is excluded, and this is all found on Finextra, the link is down below, UnionPay accounts for only 1% of the world's cards. In 2018, Visa made up 20%. And then MasterCard 16%. Next up, shared by Fame21More. We can see, as we know, that Ripple is working with the Republic of Palau with the central bank digital currency. And this is the International Monetary Fund's report. Crypto assets and cryptocurrency activities will be maintained until adequate regulation are put in place. Now, the timing of this, the IMF posting this of the Republic of Palau, well, Ripple just posted this on their Twitter 4 hours ago. Even on Cointelegraph, the Republic of Palau is a vibrant island nation with a strong stake in global sustainability, so they chose Ripple to develop its own digital currency. Discussing central bank digital currencies, along with even the Digital Pound Foundation that Ripple's part of. Next up, Bank XRP IMF. Global crypto regulation should be comprehensive, consistent, and coordinated. I wish it was coordinated. This is scary to see, shared by Charlie. Price increases over the last year. Gasoline is up 58%. Used cars are up 31%. Gas utilities, 25%. 12% for fish, eggs, meat. New cars, 11%. Electricity, 6%. Food at home, 6% plus. Food away from home, almost 6%. Apparel, 5%. Transportation, almost 4%. Shelter, almost 4%. And yes, I am absolutely concerned with the future of the world every single day. And yes, just like a lot of people say, crypto is either going to be the thing that saves us or our very enslavement. C3 Nick, a 60% washout, 60% crash, pullback, etc. is not unusual after a 1000% move to the upside. If you think otherwise, well, welcome to crypto. Next up, we have Kyriba, the global leader in cloud treasury and finance solutions. We can see Wrath Economan sharing this overview of payment hubs from Kyriba that mentions Ripple for enterprise RTP real-time payment. Notice Ripple uses Kyriba, by the way. It's also interesting. The appeal of a payment hub is payment centralization. We can see organizations such as the Clearinghouse. Please visit theclearinghouse.org and see all of those tech providers, which are coincidentally Ripple partners. In the US and Ripple, a blockchain provider, are using new technologies to instantly deliver payment instructions and remittance information to not only speed up payment settlements, but also to improve the payment experience. Then we can see this document Ripple using Kyriba for treasury software, next to a few groups that we've seen before, including Peloton. And here's an overview of QNT, and this can apply for any asset on the macro. Notice this price chart. In the past, back in 2019, 2020, you look like a genius after a beautiful uptrend. Then, after markets crash, you look like an idiot. But if you knew where prices were going to be in the future, would you feel so stupid down here? It's all about perspective, and yes, I know patience is not easy within this market. That's something that I battle with every single day. XRP sharing, and yes, I do believe this is the typical road for success for most people. We all think it's just beautiful ups. You think someone's winning, they post their wins. In reality, there's a lot of struggles behind the scenes. This is what it really looks like. And this almost looks like the XRP price chart. A few other tips and tricks, guys. Always try to keep dry powder to unload on crashes. I know I share how much of my portfolio I try to keep in cash. I'm not perfect at it, but I do my best because markets are so irrational and you always want to be prepared. Even if I had some money on the sidelines and I wanted to put it in just in case the markets go up, oh well, I'd much rather have an insurance policy so that I can sleep soundly at night, and if I ever do wake up to another March 2020 crash, I at least have some cash to unload. And the goal of investing is not to be perfect, it is to be profitable. Set yourself up to win either way. Whether big or small, your time will come. And what I mean by that is this: if an asset goes up a couple 100%, I will be taking profit. I will be taking my initial investment out at the very least. And if the markets do in fact crash, there's still a silver lining. There's still a win within that because then I can improve my position. And then when markets do finally return to those higher prices and surpass those highs, you've had more tokens than you've ever thought possible. And maybe in hindsight, you'll realize, wow, I'm happy that it crashed. I'm happy it took this long because I have double the amount I would have. And this can be very powerful when an asset does eventually do a 5, 10x, or even 100x return. Also, as end of year is quickly approaching, be sure that you guys are all properly set up with TaxBit to properly file your crypto taxes. This is my go-to platform. Absolutely love it. I've used several others. This is backed by Coinbase Ventures, Winklevoss, you name it. Linked in every video description I do under my go-to platform for real-time crypto tax tracking. All I do, sync my exchanges, sync my MetaMask or ERC20 wallets, and you are good to go. Use the coupon code KevinCage, you also get a 10% discount. And you can also watch this quick video.
The IRS released new tax forms for the 2019 tax year, which require all taxpayers to attest to whether they traded cryptocurrency during the year. If so, you must file an IRS 8949, which reports your capital gains and losses. TaxBit automates your cryptocurrency taxes, enabling you to effortlessly track, calculate, and report your transactions. Easily connect your exchanges to securely sync your transactions and run them through TaxBit's tax engine. Generate your completed tax forms with a single click. Founded by tax attorneys and CPAs, TaxBit is the most trusted cryptocurrency tax solution. Sign up for a free trial today and let TaxBit handle it for you.
And the service starts as low as $50 one time every single year to file your forms. And all I do after I get this form that's generated, I email it to my CPA and I'm good to go. So again, linked right in the video description. I hope you guys have a great Friday, and until next time.